Okay, let's get started. SAVGE is recording, so whoever can catch up, just get the recording started. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen now. And you get to wait forever for the game to load. Let me reboot. So for this session, I'm going to do sort of like an introduction to heroes, what they are, where you can find them, how they work, and also sort of an introduction to utilities heroes. What we thought we'd do is actually split out the different troop types. So we will have a separate session on infantry heroes, a separate session on cavalry heroes, a separate session on range heroes, and those will be in the coming weeks. So today I'm just going to do sort of an introduction to heroes, how they work, what you can do with them, how you upgrade them, etc., and go from there. And hopefully, I think the last time I did a heroes stream, it was, I think, over an hour long. So hopefully this will be a bit shorter, a bit more easy to absorb the information, and because it's broken into different pieces, you can sort of tap in and out of the different sessions depending on what works for you. Okay, we're finally filling the coffers. Okay, so heroes, obviously, I would like to think you all know the hero tower, where it is, and you keep how to access it. Slow. So you have three functions at the bottom. When you open your hero tower, the first thing you get is the list of heroes that you have, and you can scroll through them. They're ordered in terms of the level. So the highest level, highest progress goes first, and they're ordered in that way. You can bypass that by adding favorites to your heroes, and you do that by this little heart on the left-hand side. So you can tap that, tap it on off, and tap it off. Rob should, maybe if I come out, maybe I need to refresh. He should pop down between Arya and Hound, and then Jane pops to the top. I'll refresh it later to make sure. Can you see my screen?
I can't.
Can anyone else see my screen?
No, I can't see it. It's just like a loading symbol.
It turned off. Let me restart it. Now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Sorry, gonna have to wait for the game to load again.
Yep, now it works. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, so hopefully you can all see what I'm seeing. So Hero Tower, enter it. And the first list you get is the list of heroes you have. And you can see when you hit a hero, there is this little heart on the left-hand side. If you tap the heart, that pushes the hero to the top of the list. So they're your favourite heroes that you want to focus on for upgrading purposes. Otherwise, they are in level order. So other than these two with the little hearts flagged, all the rest of my heroes are in level order. And Rob was the one that I was struggling with earlier. I tapped him, untapped him. He popped up to the top. But when I untapped him, he didn't move back down again. But you can see now that I've refreshed, he's slotted into the right place between Arya and Hound. So these are all in level order. And what I would say is that if you have a couple of heroes that you really want to focus on, want to prioritize for upgrading, then I would tap them and push them to the top of the list. And that serves both as makes it easier for you, so you don't have to scroll down, especially if it's one of the lower level or newer heroes. So that makes it easier for you because it's right at the top. But it also acts as a reminder. I don't know about you, but I'm really scatterbrained, and I will spend a while planning out what I want to do. And then in the heat of the moment, I will open Armory or open Hero Tower and look at something like, oh, that's a nice one to upgrade, and upgrade it, even though it's not something that I had in my plan to do. But by having certain heroes hearted, it avoids me sort of getting that distraction by something else that may be a bit pretty and nice to upgrade but isn't necessary. So yeah, I do like this favorites feature. Unfortunately, on iOS, it doesn't work to favorite a hero for your marches. On Android, it used to. I don't know if it still does because I haven't actually marched on an Android in a while. Let me have a go now. See what else we can. Okay, let's have a look. Let's just test. It used to prioritize your hearted heroes for marches. Somebody told me it doesn't work like that anymore, but I haven't tried it in a while. A bit further out where I can. Yeah, okay, let's have a look at. My thing was on there first. No, it's not doing it in hearted order. Yeah, it's not doing it in hearted order. So yeah, that's gone, unfortunately. And I don't know why, because it's something it's one of the biggest flaws with the hero system, that you can't pre-approve which heroes you pick for the march. And when you're rushing, doing a big zero and sending your dragon march and only have a few seconds between marches, it's really difficult to have enough time to change your hero, as well as everything else that you're changing, march size gear, and sending your march within time of, I don't know, 30 seconds or 40 seconds, or however long you have between sets for big rallies. So that's disappointing, unfortunately. But yeah, so it's still useful within the tower itself, because like I said, you can use it to say to yourself which heroes you really want to focus on. And for me, it's the four that I've flagged now. Okay, so that's the main screen, and you can see that the heroes that are in your council have this little icon on the top left-hand corner of the hero, which is in gold. And you can see it on Arya, with the two hands on the sword is in gold, and on Rob, they're greyed out. So Arya is in council, Rob is available to go on a march. Upgrading a hero is really easy. You just add the XP. What I tend to do is I simply do on a daily basis is I add 9 XP, complete the daily quest, and I don't do more. And I just save the XP that I've gathered from events, from gathering, from packs that I buy. I save that for events. And even though I'm not going to finish the event, I'm not really going to rank, I would think that getting something back for what you're doing is better than nothing at all. So I do really support saving XP and leveling up heroes, even if it's just one level, leveling them up during an event. And you'll get, even if it's just a little bit of XP back. And then something like this, where you need the oath to go with. Oaths are something that you can actually spend gold to buy. So if you don't have enough oaths, you can always replace it with gold, but XP you can't. So if you don't have enough XP, you need to either buy or obtain it in some other way. So when you come into here, you then have two other options. You have the council, which is where you set the heroes that go in on all your marches. So what is in council applies stats to all your marches. So for example, Arya, she has cavalry attack. And you can see they're all highlighted gold, the stats that apply to in council. And it looks like a little table and chairs. whereas the march has the little banner. So it's the cavalry attack versus player, the cavalry defense versus player's cavalry, the cavalry health that seeks the power. Those stats apply constantly. So the marches that you send out, whether you're reinforcing, whether you're attacking, those stats apply. They even apply, apart from the power ones, they even apply in your own keep. So while you're defending your keep, those stats exist. The non-council stats so the little march ones, these only apply on the march that you send the hero with. So that's sort of differentiating the marcher stats from the council stats. You have two different sets of stats. You have a signature skill, which is a stat that increases as you level up the hero. And you can see how it's going to increase with this little arrow just next to signature skill. If you hit that, it tells you how the stat increases with level. And then you have star skills, which are stats that unlock as you hit certain levels within the hero, but they don't change. So once you hit them, that's it. So the 24% cavalry upkeep efficiency, that's it. That's going to stay 24%. Even if I get it to level 40, that will still be 24.48%. So that's the different stats. And then you can also filter your heroes in the same way that you can filter your armory. So you can do it by the slot they take up in council. You can do it by the type of hero. Are they PvE heroes versus creature? Are they utilities heroes? Are they combat heroes? So you can search by the type of stats the heroes have, or you can search for a specific stat in the same way that you can with gear. So this is nice if you're thinking that you need a specific defense hero and you want to see what heroes have cavalry and defense, and it brings up all the heroes that have cavalry and defense. So it's a nice little filter to help you organize and plan your heroes. And then the summon. So the summon screen is split into 6 different screens. You have 2 screens for each type of summon. Sorry, not 6. Yeah, 6. So you have 6 screens for each type of summon, and within each screen is a different combination of heroes available. You should always hit the little eye, the little information button on a summon screen before you do your summoning to check that the hero that you actually want is actually available in the summons that you're doing. So, for example, I like Rob. He's a good hero for calves. I'm trying to level him up, but I'm struggling on relics. So Rob is a hero that I would want to do my standard summons in. Standards are these little red ones. So you'd hit this, and you can see that he is in this list at 3.6%. And if I hit the other list, you can see he's not in the list at all. So for me, doing summons on the second tab is completely useless. I would want to do summons on the first tab. So the same principle applies for noble summons, which is the summons that you get in packs. And the same thing applies for royal summons. You want to make sure that the hero you want is actually listed in this summons. So, for example, if I wanted to upgrade Pound, he's not in this list, so there's no point in me doing this particular summons. Every time you do a standard summon, you get 10 of the noble summons. Every time you do a noble summon, you get 10 of the royal summons. And the more summons you do, the more they add up. And I do recommend saving your noble and royal summons for events or heroes that you really, really need. But yeah, do always make sure that you check that and make sure that the heroes you want are within scope of that summons. So how can you get the summons? How can you get the XP? How can you get the oath? Well, summons, the noble summons are purchased from, they're not up in my store at the moment, they're for purchase from your store. So you can either find them in the shop, and they often will be rotating here. But even if they're not rotating here, do always check this little banner at the top of your tower, and that takes you to all the available hero packs at this moment in time. So at the moment, I have all the available hero XP and oath packs. There are Valorous hero packs, which have slightly more oath XP in them. So, and they're limit 5 during the events. So if you are going for oath and XP, I do recommend you buy those packs first, and then only if you run out and are desperate for more hero XP and oath in a particular event do you go for this pack, because it's sort of the standard sort of pack that's available at all times. In the same way that there's the good crafting materials pack and the bad crafting materials pack. Hero XP and oath is exactly the same. Then there is the Naval Summons pack, which has 240, if my memory serves me right, 240,000 naval summons in them. Occasionally you will get a specific event pack, which will have royal summons in them. Other than that, royal summons can only be gotten by doing enough naval summons, and also from Tyrion's hero quest. I don't have it. When you hit the 10s, so at 10, 20, 30 and 40, 50 and 60, the quest for them will have better rewards, and some of them have royal summons in them as well. So royal summons are really, really rare to get. Even when you get them in the event pack that's only like 15,000, they don't really do many at all. The idea is to encourage you to buy noble summons, enough noble summons to build up the royal summons. And then the standard summons are, you can get them daily, so you get 1,700 by completing the last daily. You can see it there, sorry, 1,800 for me. I think it goes up with your keeps prices per person. But yeah, so for me it's 1,800. So since they added the standard summons to daily quest, I've made sure that I complete the daily quest every single day, because it just adds up so quickly. You can also get standard summons from event rewards, and they're often in a lot of the tiered rewards. I can't remember if they're in. I can't remember if they're in the customer. They're not in the crafting one. They are in a lot of event rewards, so just by completing the tiers of the event, you can get the standard summons. So they're also in the Tyrion's quest. They can also be found in special event packs, so again, in the same way that the royal summons can only be found in special event packs. There isn't a big pack available for standard summons, and the idea is that you have to earn those rather than buy your way into them. And Yeah, so that's standard summons. The XP, you've seen the standard XP pack. There's the Valorous XP pack. There is XP available in event rewards. There's XP available from Tyrians. There's XP available in your daily quests as well. Small amounts, but it does add up. There's also XP available if you gather resource nodes. And again, it's not a huge amount, it's not game changing in any way, but it does add up, especially if you gather every night before going to sleep. You can see that I've got 260, 280, it's 300 there, 310, 250. Yeah, so it's quite a high drop rate, happens quite often. I always send out marches before I go to sleep, and often when I wake up, because I'm working, I'm not going to be doing anything with the game, I'll send out marches again when I wake up. So already I'm getting 2000 XP a day just doing that. It doesn't sound like much, but unless you are a high spender with lots and lots of money to sort of throw at the game, I do believe it's sort of milking the free stuff as much as you can. And then the oaths are Tyrians, event rewards, and packs. You can't get them from the nodes. The nodes only drop XP, but you can substitute the oaths for gold. If you're short on oaths, you can always spend gold on them instead. So that's that. Then the relic, just to let you know while I have you all on here, there is a recipe exchange at the moment. They do these every now and again, which are really good. And if you collect coins, you can trade them in for hero relics. They're really cutting down on the amount of packs you need for relics, because you can do the iron coin, the iron crown exchange, which is this one. We had this in April. They've brought it back this month. They've added all the heroes that were missing in April. So the heroes that we've had since April and now have all been added. And basically, you can, if you complete all, I think, 8 events in the Iron Crown series, you can do 6.5 trades, more than 6.5 trades. So
can you show that? I missed that one. I missed where you're showing all these heroes, because I got those coins, but I don't know what to do with them.
So in the item exchange in your inventory, you see that? So it's the Dawn Age event.
Okay.
So they're there.
And we can trade in coins?
Yes, you can trade the iron coins for the heroes in this list here. The Iron Crown coins, yeah. So I would really recommend you looking at your heroes and picking out the heroes that are your priority, so that you don't come in here, sort of exchange for a hero that you don't need and then regret it very later. I did that in April again. I exchanged for a hero and was like, that's not one that I plan to exchange for. So I really do advocate for the planning. I've got some echo.
Or you can just get Rue to tell you which ones you need to do.
So yeah, there are 8 events in the Iron Crown series. The hero event that just went, the crafting event that is going on now, there is a research event on that starts tomorrow. That will be part of the Iron Crown series. The dragon event on Monday. The trinket crafting event on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it will be. Then the following week will be a hero event. There will be the Three-Eyed Raven crafting event. Then the following week there'll be the Dragon event. So you have 2 reasonable spend events which give it, and 4 reasonable spend events which give the Iron Crown coins, and 4 which are reasonable to do. The 2 hero events and the 2 dragon events, you probably do need to buy packs for to complete, whereas the research, the crafting event, some people may be able to do those without buying packs or without buying too many packs. That's still a decent amount of relics from even from the half the event. You can get relics for 4 heroes. Iron Crowns give you 15.5 k orange, 25k purple, I think 35k blue, and 50k green. So you can max a green hero from these. They're really good to do. They also do the festival event, where you get festival coins from doing daily quests, and those you can trade for a small amount of heroes as well, and they're usually purple and blue heroes at the trade. But we actually have a festival event starting in about 10 days' time, so that's nice that you get a double dip of hero trades at the same time. And yeah, so they are really reducing the amount of heroes, the amount of summons that you need to do, and the idea is that they're going to be driving up the number of XP and oath packs that you need in order to make use of the relics that you have. Another thing to note is that I don't have any max heroes, so I can't really demonstrate it on my account. It's frozen. Okay, but once you max a hero, any excess relic get converted into stag coins, and then the stag coins can be used to trade for more relics in the hero shop. But this is only for heroes that you've maxed out completely. Just bear with me a minute. Sorry about that. So yeah, the stags are only available from maxed out heroes rather than useless relics. So you can't manually convert relics you don't need. So yeah, again, it's aimed at driving up the sale of those packs. So I have this timer thing going on in the middle of my screen, but it's still working. Still working. So yeah, the other thing that I was just going to mention is that some of the heroes have some decent low-cost utilities that's attached to them. And let's do a filter. So the utility stats tend to be stats that are council-based, such as crafting, city development, and resources. Yeah. Oh. Let's start with crafting. So at the moment, there are 2 heroes available for crafting. Gendry is a budget steel efficiency hero. He's actually really, really good value for low spenders. If you can't not max out, get Marguerite to 40. At 40, she's basically KL. So it's rich. I mean, it's insane. I cannot begin to explain how insane Marguerite's 40 stat is. But appreciate that is out of reach for a lot of people. There is also a new hero coming up called Rattleshirt and Lord of Bones. They are heroes associated with battlegrounds, and if I recall correctly, Rattleshirt has 90% steel efficiency at level 10, and he will be in a different slot to Marguerite and Gendry. So again, that's really nice when battlegrounds happen to have that. The added bonus of Gendry is that he doubles up with forging speed, so you're saving speed ups as well. I know a lot of people probably won't care about that, but for somebody like me, I run out of speed ups pretty quickly with the amount that I craft on my account. So what else is there? There's a lot of heroes with training efficiency, training cost efficiency, training speed. For example, not Gendry, Podrick. No. So Podrick, all you infantry mains, you get some nice training speed for maxing out Podrick. I think it's something like 98% for maxing out Podrick. For a level 30 hero whose relics are pretty much free, especially if you're doing exchanges, you don't have to wait very long to get them. That's really good. Also, Grey Worm at level 20 is another 98%. And capacity, and Jamie is, I think he's capacity again, yeah. So that's the training. There are also some other useful ones. So Clyburn is
You just needed your shit? No, it's all. For some reason? No, he's not talking right now. I think, or it's lost it. I don't really know. Oh, what happened?
She's experiencing technical difficulties.
So Rue cut out, but she just said that Kyron was her last person. She was just going to explain the dragon attack versus dragons. And that's kind of all she was going to cover today. In later sessions, we're going to do individual heroes for infantry, for range, and for cav, and what those heroes setups can look like, but they'll be in their own videos if you guys come back to the later sessions. But other than that, everyone's free to go. Thanks.